and 10. It's Lynch. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lynch. And he comes back with one complete. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. On 2nd down, here's Lynch. And he will find his man on the outside. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. What's fun to watch is these college receivers transitioning into the NFL and how they grow as route runners. Because a lot of times now in the college game, the spread offenses, there aren't that many routes that they're actually running. Most of the time, they're just trying to find open space and present themselves to the quarterback as easy targets. But in the NFL, you've got to run the entire route tree, and you've got to run it well if you expect to get open.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And here come the Bills. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And a cut to the left sideline. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. It's a big run there by McCoy. 52 yards. And this defense, Charles, bottom half of the league against the run. That's not going to help their average.
Not at all. And when you're getting ready to play against them, in your scouting report, you're actually counting on a certain number.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. He's quite an eyeful, isn't he? Big, strong, physical guy. When he came out of school, when I looked at my draft board, I went back through my notes to see how I had him rated. The number 2 back on my board coming out of college. Why? As I mentioned, big, strong, powerful guy, faster than you would think, and has the ability to catch the football out of the backfield, something that we didn't know he truly possessed. We saw that in the offseason workouts. Now he's putting his running ability to good use in the NFL.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Lynch. Marcel Darius in there to get him for a loss of 9. And that'll lead to 4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? One man in the backfield. That's McCoy. Now Taylor to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the return will stop right around the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
There's so many things that go into playing the position of linebacker. Some of them are actually subtle. Doing the drill work that you do all the time in practice and carrying it over to the game. Get rid of blockers and get to the ball carrier and knock him down for a loss.
Now Lynch. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Watch it now, Barney. Back 99 Philly, here we go. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Now Paxton Lynch on 3rd and long. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or 2. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And quickly, they get to the line. On 1st down, it's Taylor. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And it's third down.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
Let's go.
A fake to McCoy. Now it's Taylor. And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And Denver getting set to take the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. And hello, I guess Larry's halftime show was buttoned through. And we are moving on and ready to go for the third quarter. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. 12 yards on the pickup, and it'll be good for a Denver first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
All right, now look at that, Barney.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. And again, this time to the tailback. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and it usually gives you an advantage in running it.
Over the middle, open is Thomas. A good pickup there, a 22. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll give it to him right up the gut. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Another pistol look here. And on the ground they go with the running back. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
They only needed a yard, instead went backwards. And McManus able to put it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, but no problems converting there.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This will be taken about the 12. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And now they're in the hurry-up. On second down, Taylor. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier complete.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that. Super toe.
Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Now a play fake here on first down. And Green with a catch left side. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 33 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see two tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Broncos continue to pour it on. And the lead is now an even 30. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bills getting set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Shane Ray in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. He took a hit on that last play. Now let's see how he and the offense respond on second. Taylor with a give to McCoy. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Well, they've gone backwards so far in this series. 3rd and 13. Back now. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz.
Let's go.
3rd and long, it's Taylor. And Woods has got it. Buffalo touchdown. Robert Woods, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills cut into that lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
And the Broncos are going to get the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, well, we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And it's 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he puts a little something extra into this one. By far his best of the night. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, Every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Quarterbacks like throwing the slant route, but they have to be careful about ball placement. They have to put it in a spot and make sure the receiver has his body in front of the defender.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback. They'll give him a yard on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
And the Broncos go to a nickel set on third down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. There's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. Taylor will throw. He's got Cruz complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 14 on the play. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. On first and 10, it's Taylor. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Taylor will throw again. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flex step.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Sammy Watkins with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bills get a bit closer. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. The Bills say they have it, and they do. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are 2 very tough things to do.
It takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, where was that all game? Or maybe he's just kind of keeping it to himself and saying, okay, it's something to build on, and a positive comes out of a bad game, because those are going to happen from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready to go in the future. But that run right there, that's what they were looking for. So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. A fake to McCoy. Now it's Taylor. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
On third down, Taylor. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic. So anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
To throw again is Taylor. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And they're going to speed things up here. Now Taylor with a draw to McCoy. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands so they can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Von Miller in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Play action. Now Taylor. That is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Here we go. It's Taylor on 4th down. And this is incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. And Denver getting set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football.
And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. Here's Lynch down around the goal line. Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he's able to get it out of there. This is a pretty good kick. This is taken at the 23. A good return there, 17 yards. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. And now out come the Bills. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
A good pickup there, 22. Now Taylor on first down. And now here's another interception. Picked off here by C.O. Moore. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Cuts left. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Bills will take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for first.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Broncos, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.